We are here today at Granny's Legacy Patterns, and we are going to be talking about the woven rose. And you can see we have used it on this bell pull to make these cute little roses on the topiary tree. So we'll talk about how to create that woven rose. And this is a beautiful GL5 thread. It goes from kind of rosy pink to deep red. And that makes a really pretty variegated rose. And today on our project on the sample, I will use a 0775 red, just a little slight variegation of red. So the first thing you'll want to do, and we like these iron off pens, and is to create your circle. And you can use a template for this, or you can just hand draw a circle. So I will draw a relatively small circle because I'm going to be doing a 5-legged rose. Now, if you use anything, if you want to create anything larger than a rose of this size, and I'd say this is less than ½ an inch, you'll want to use 7 legs, or the larger you get, the more legs you'll have to put on your woven rose. So I'll explain what the legs are now. So I have drawn a small rose here, and I'm going to come up on the outside because I just do that. I like to go down in the center, and I want to create 5 legs on this. And if you need to mark them, that's fine too. I just kind of eyeball them, so I make a peace sign first. And these are what I referred to as the legs, or you could use the arms or whatever term you'd like to use. So first I make a peace sign, and I like to come out on the outside and go down in the center. However, you could do it however you like that way, but we need to make 5 arms on this. So now I just divide the 2 sides in half. So up, down, and the last arm over here. Down in the center. Now I'm ready to start weaving. So I'm going to come up again as close to the center as I can get. And then I turn my needle around, and I use the eye of the needle for this. So I'm going to just weave. So over this one, under that. And it's best not to pull your arms too tight, or you don't have the space to. And so you just keep going over and under. And after I get around the first time, I pull it up quite tight. You have to need to get that center started. So I'm under here, over, under, over, under, and you just keep going around. In these first rows, you kind of have to snug that thread up to get the center covered. Over, under. And so depending on how many arms you put on, it always has to be an odd number of arms to create the weaving. And you just keep going around and around and around till you fill the space. So we'll keep going here until we fill the space. And once again, I'm using the eye of my needle to go around, because then I won't catch the arm thread or the background with my point of my needle. And I'm running out of thread, so there we go. And just keep snugging up your thread a little bit, and you can make it really loose or as tight as you'd like. I like mine to lay relatively flat, but if you pull it up a little tighter, it makes it kind of more rounded. You experiment and see how you like yours to look. So as we get towards the filling, you have to be very cautious not to miss one of the arms or legs. So I'm almost full, and I keep going and make it really, I do not like to see those arms when I'm finished. Put some more thread on my needle. Okay. It's real easy to miss an arm when you get to this part. Almost full. Let's go around one more time and fill it well. So I think I've made it around and filled up all the arms. And then I just at the end, oh, I still see two arms peeking out here, so I'm going to make one more round. And kind of tuck them on one side. Sometimes they don't turn out to be perfectly round, so you have to go around one more time and kind of tuck them under. There we go. Now we've filled all our arms, and we just go down and tie your knot on the back of your work. And you've filled it up and made a very, very lovely woven rose. So I hope that you enjoy making these. They're fun, easy, very simple to do, and add a lot of life to a project.